Hello everyone, welcome to Algorithmic Finance. Last class we learned about Market Watch, and this class we will complete the rest of the tour that we were doing in Terminal. Then we will next class that we will move on coding of MQL5. So let's get started. So in this view section, last class we look into little details of Market Watch. Now we will start with data window. When I just click data window, this window just appears. So basically this just shows us exactly the numbers of that we were looking. And for example, I just came and stayed on the last bar. It was completed. So and here in data window section, it just gives us time, open price, high price, low price, close price, volume if the broker produce, and thick volume and spread. And this is that we learned about the bars. And for example, I just put add some indicators here. Insert indicators randomly. I just add moving average on the chart. Now as you can see, they just added to data window moving average level. When I just move over my mouse, it just tells us exactly the number. For example, at this point, the moving average level 1.053024. And it will just keep changing as long as I move. And let me add another indicator. Should be a little complicated. For example, let's add Ichimoku. When I add Ichimoku, as you see, a little complicated. Let me delete first moving average. Basically, moving average just appears based on this 5 level. Each color or cloth has a number of in data window. Like this is based on bars too. Every bar has different value. With data window, we can also learn into details of indicators level. We will be using a lot, especially when we were testing our code. I mean, to be able to show that our code create exactly the correct volume, that we will use data window. So now another place that we need to look, Navigator. Navigator is basically where we can reach our files, account details, and we can also reach indicators from here, but most importantly, expert advisor that we wrote. All expert advisor will be seen here. As you can see my projects that I created, so it is just came here. So also VPN, the market that I will be talking later into details when we need it. This is where we can reach to. And after Navigator and Toolbox, also here that you can see the shortcut Control T, Control N, Control D. Each has then some shortcut to be able to reach easily. And in Toolbox, and we can see that our last trades, if we have open position on, we will be able to see in trade section history shows us the trades that we had before, an economic calendar, mailbox, an expert journal, all the place that we will reach over Toolbox. And here I just want to underline these two place and journal and expert. When we just set an expert, every time that expert does a trades and gives a signal and everything, this expert section, it will be written. When we want to check, we can just scroll back and to see what our expert has done. Open position, close position. Now just because I didn't open any expert, and that's why we see empty page. Now is another important section, strategy tester. When we just create an expert advisor, so we check it at past, how did it perform? Did it perform well or did it perform correct? And first of all, it should just open the correct position, and before like profitalization, so before the profit, we just want to be sure that does it open position that we want it to be open. For example, that we want to open a position when the moving average crosses. And to be able to go any further, first we need to be sure that opens the position exactly that we want. So here that we can check, for example, expert MACD. This is the one of the default expert that comes with a terminal, and I just look at back how does it perform. Now it just opened another view. I will restart again. And as you can see, if we just run to expert, so this will be the result. And back. Let me close. For example, last month it just tasted our expert, like we started at this period of the time, and just give us the result, what was the profit. Now I'm looking that before we move on the coding. I think basically we just covered most important places. Before we move on the coding, so in the terminal part, so we almost covered everything that we will need at the first stage. And when we need it into details, we will go into details. But now on, I'll just want to give you a quick tour that we will need it in the first place. Time to time, we will get back here and to look into details when we need it. So now next class, we will move on coding, and we will start coding and to start from the beginning, even if you don't have any ideas about coding and algorithmic trading. So no worries, we'll cover them all. See you at the next lecture.